Okay, hello everyone. My computer is freaking the fuck out. And, I don't know, I don't have anything else to well, I have a few other things to say. Don't leave yet. Don't leave me, please. Um, but my computer is, kinda acting up. I'm probably gonna, well, I don't know, we'll see how far we get into this without rage quitting. Um, the the wait the wait for everything is almost over. um Good lord. Yeah, no, not too much else to say besides, yeah, like we oh, and this is broken. Okay, cool, that's fun. What was I gonna say? um let's see. Okay, my mic is on. Sorry, I'm a little out of it. um yeah, okay. So, DefenceCon / Invictus stuff is happening. Um, we have, I think we've gotten, potentially everything has been revealed. I guess the Stingray is not happening at DefenceCon, although it could happen. I mean, it could happen at any time, right? I think I said that I thought the Origin Heavy Fighter thing was going to be a 100 series, and I was wrong. But I I hope we can all see where it was coming from with that. Oh, you know what? It looks like we're on a European server, so that's something. But like, sorry, now I'm terrified that I'm like hot miking. Oh yeah, Tiburon is also a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what else can I say? The Tiburon is a thing. The hammer, the Pitbull is a thing. The M80 is a thing. Um, the the Ironclad is a thing. The Odin is a thing. Um, I'm not looking at buying any of them. I mean, like, I don't know if there was gonna be anything. Maybe the Pitbull. Um, Maybe I upgrade my Steve to a Pitbull, but honestly, I think I would rather have the Steve. At least while I can't buy it in game. Um, did I die some tragic way? Probably not. Okay. Was it stuff here? What was I gonna say? And I think the big thing is like the changes that they're making to the changes that they're making to, didn't I literally see a helmet? I guess. What was I gonna say? Mostly like the armor changes and yeah, I guess I don't have any code ammo. God. The armor and weapon changes are really the big thing. Oh, the insurance stuff, which, like, I don't know what the numbers are, and I don't really care that much about the numbers right now. I think they're kind of... They also mentioned that they were changing around, like, mission payouts and things. So, like, there's a lot to talk about with the economy, and I think, like... I don't know. I heard that mission payouts were getting increased across the board, although that was somebody from the mission team and not the economy team. So, but like, I think it's 500. But, like, I don't know. The thing is, that what a clipper is 500k or whatever. I don't know how expensive the ship is. I assume it's probably like I assume it has to be like a few million or something, right? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Is 500,000 and like it's a million, I think, in the build, but they said, oh, this is incorrect, it should be half the amount or whatever. I guess we're doing stuff around microtech as well. There's a discussion and an interesting thing to figure out there of how expensive are these things. And certainly, I think there should be a curve. There should absolutely be a curve where larger ships are progressively more expensive. So, like, a clipper would be more expensive than... like, if you're going to take a linear thing through values, let's say, like, you know, it should be, like, 10% or whatever. Or, like, the linear thing is, like, 10%. Like, you know, small ships should be, like, 5%. Medium ships should be, like, 9%. Large ships should be, like, 15%. And, like, percent of how much you paid for in order to do it. Obviously, 10% is not the number that they're actually using right now. But you know what I mean. You know, it replaced 10 with 50%, and there you go. But, yeah. Are things too expensive? Perhaps. Do missions not pay out enough? Perhaps. But there's also, like... also a lot to it. There's a lot to it. I mean, there's also things like, man, I love doing... Well, there are things like, man, I love doing mercenary missions, and I would never do industrial missions because I just don't find it fun. But, like... I don't know. I would want the industrial missions to pay more because I feel bored. But is that accurate or fair or reasonable? I don't know. But, yeah. So, like, that whole price thing is a thing, and, look, I've never pretended to really be a fan of the economy team, because I feel like a lot of their decisions, or a lot of the balance doesn't make sense. And I guess it's like, it is a thing that happens with Star Citizen, where it's like, why not just change this thing? Oh, there's some reason to. But I honestly find it kind of hard, more difficult to believe for the economy team, because, like, I mean, there is more than just changing a single number, and there is sometimes, at the very least, more work that goes into their decisions, their work, than just, oh, make this 44k mission, now pay 54k or 55k or whatever. But even then, like, there's like, oh, well, okay, we're going to increase the value. How much do we increase it? Why should we increase it by 10, 20, 50%? Or decrease it or whatever. So like there is a lot of complexity there. Or there is more to it than I'll probably ever give them credit for. But they could do so many of these changes so much faster than I think most people, because I do think a lot of them should not be as complicated as fixing a ship. The weapon changes, I said last week that it would literally kill my entire interest in ever doing any ship combat at all in the game ever. And I think they said they were going to have a PTU on Thursday. It didn't happen, and then it happened like really late Friday. And I can't remember any of the numbers off the top of my head. But I do believe that, like, there was weird balance things before in 4.7, or now in 4.7, I guess. And there's weird things in 4.8. Like, I believe, like, a Scorpius couldn't... They said on the Star Citizen Not So Live that, like, a Scorpius could not hurt a Scorpius because it had too high armor and it didn't have guns that were high enough damage. But you also have situations now where, like size 3, like I think the M5s, which are like high damage, low fire rate, even amongst the cannons, they can basically touch anything that isn't a capital ship. The size 3s, the M5 or M6As or whatever, it's like that. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure there was like a size 3 cannon that could touch, like, maybe not a Carrack, but could touch things that, like, you would just not think a size 3 should be able to, have any, hurt at all. I think, like, it's just a really, like, weird situation that we're in. But I'm almost like, you know what? Yeah, I really, really hope that we have that Maelstrom is a bit more dynamic than this system. I mean, I really like the system for like a tabletop game. It's kind of the system that exists in at least Fallout New Vegas, where, like, there's an armor threshold. And I think there are definitely other ways you could play around with it, but I don't know if I would, like, if they wanted to use this system, if they were dead set on keeping this system, they absolutely could, and could do more with it. I'd almost want them to use this armor system for the ground armors. But also, like, I don't know. Percent-based is not the same as what we have now, or what the percent-based damage reduction system that we have now with FPS armors. Well, it lets shotguns do damage to heavy armor. Shotguns would probably literally just not do anything. Literally not do anything against, heavy armor in a damage threshold system. Which, is maybe a little bit of a unfortunate thing. Because I really would love to I'd really love to sing the praises of shotguns, but I do have to admit, it is kind of hard sometimes. The BR2 is still probably the best. I guess the Prism is also good, but it has been a hot minute since I used it. There is somebody up here, and I'm going to leave them. Oh, but the more important thing... So, like, I think I mentioned before... Like, there was a chance that the weapon changes... So they completely gutted the velocities. And I am, like... In the Star Citizen Live, they said, we want more cinematic combat. I'm like, I cannot fucking handle this. This is garbage. I can barely keep up using weapons that have 14, that have, like 1400 meters per second, velocity. If those same weapons are now using like 11, I'm like, no, I'm not going to like this. I'm literally never going to touch a combat ship again. This just is not going to be fun. And then you also have like the railguns, which like they had the charge up system. Or they had a system where, you would charge up. You would have to charge up and then hold and release sort of a charge to fire. And that was a real pain in the ass to use. But they had like 4,000 meters per second as opposed to, like the next highest that was like, 1,800. So, over twice as fast. And I almost enjoyed using those. I almost enjoyed using those even though they had the harsh thing, the harsh trigger system. But no, like they decided that, hey, let's just take that velocity away, those guns that nobody's using. Yeah, no, instead of them having any kind of actual advantage, they're just not going to have any now. And so, like, this is not a balancing where they're trying to play around with things. This is a balancing where they were trying to... The first balance was them, like, clearing the board, clean slate, kind of deal. And, like, are we really at the point where we need to do that? And I think now, I don't know, dude. I don't know what it looks like. I think frankly I'm just gonna be disappointed, and like I'm genuinely like, I don't know if I don't think I want the wolf anymore. I almost would hesitate to even, like, the Reliant is like, what am I going to use the Reliant for that the Spirit isn't going to do if I'm going to use it just to get around places? I think I'm going to keep the Reliant, definitely, but like the wolf, I don't understand why I want it anymore. So there's that, and like, yeah, and I don't know, it's so, I don't know. I mean, I clearly have some hot takes. Maybe not hot takes. I think, like, maybe strange takes more than hot takes. Like, I was just looking, unrelated, on, like, the Final Fantasy IX subreddit, and somebody was like, man, I hate Chocobo Hot and Cold, and I'm like, fucking right? That minigame fucking ruined the game for me. And everybody's like, no, this is the best minigame in any Final Fantasy game. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is the shittiest thing. This is absolutely horrendous. No, what are you talking about? And and sometimes that sort of a situation comes up in other things, like what was it? When they made the mining changes in 4.7, somebody was like, "Oh yeah, look, the mining, hey look, the mining stuff, it's like, hey, there's like an actual reason to do it." And I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a reason to use it, but honestly, I fucking hate it more than I did before. It's like, and the person who said that was a CIG developer who was like, "Oh, my friends are actually interested in doing mining now," and I'm like, I guess good for them. I wish it was a better experience for us all. So I don't know, maybe like my opinions with the combat stuff, maybe I don't understand space combat. Maybe that's my real issue. I'd be willing to say it probably is, but also like I genuinely am like, I think the like we're only going to be jousting. That's the entirety. Oh my god. That's going to be the entirety. That's going to be the entirety of ship combat is just jousting. There's not going to be like that's all I can see. If they're going to reduce the velocities, you're not going to be able to track anything. The only thing you're going to be able to do in a fighter is joust and keep making passes at enemies, and that's it. And I don't know, that doesn't sound fun to me. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I also look, I'm not in the position here, so I don't fucking fuck. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus. I am so fucking tired of these interactions just disappearing when I'm not fucking moving. God damn it, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Turned off one of my monitors. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't give a shit about tactical strike groups. They don't care. That doesn't interest me. I don't, like... I mean... I am getting to the point where, like, I mean, it's interesting to fantasize about what kind of giant space battles you'll see with these ships, but from my perspective, I don't want to do any of them. I don't really, I mean, like, I would love to be more interested in it, but I just don't see it really being a thing. That I actually end up wanting to do or care about, to be completely honest with you. Trying to think what else there is. I don't know, and yeah, I'm thinking basically that 4.8 is going to be a sort of, like, is gonna kind of be a grudge. There's gonna be kind of just trudging through mud. In terms of, like, because there is also a thing, I was talking with a friend who was like, man, all the insurance stuff is expensive. And it's like, what, are we like a finished game now? Are we like... Why are they putting all this stuff in as if we're not going to lose ships to bugs? We're always going to lose stuff to bugs. Literally, like, the system they are using right now, the insurance system they're adding is going to have bugs that is going to kill stuff. So, like, you cannot, like, account for every single bug, because the new system will have bugs. There will be bugs afterwards. It's gonna be painful, but it doesn't matter because it's a fucking alpha. And, like, I'm okay with that to some degree. It's going to be annoying. Sometimes you're gonna want to just put the game down, and that's what the experience is gonna be. Unfortunately. But, you know, we're going to have to take that step at some point, and I think in a year it'll be better. I don't want to say it'll be fine, but it'll probably be better. Although now I'm like putting, I don't know, an expectation on specifically in a year. What is May 10th? May 10th it's gonna be better. May 10th, 2027 is gonna be better than this. And it probably won't be. But yeah. I'm not too pessimistic though. I'm kind of curious with the crossbow. I'm curious about some of the components, like blueprints and stuff. I don't think I still want to understand. I don't know. I kind of hate the whole like I hate a few things that they're like have been doing with like rewards and such. That's like, for one thing, blueprints should be, you know, their own guild thing. Maybe, just maybe, they could figure out crafting missions sooner rather than later. I don't know. Okay. Also, I think I mentioned before, because I probably mentioned something like it, this is my turn to be like, oh hey, there's a gameplay loop that they added, and now they're not updating for like 2 years? Cool. Because that is not a new experience. And I recognize that. I am saddened by it, but I recognize that it is the case. But yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I think they did leave a opening for, like, oh hey, like, here's what's happening in 4.8, 4.8.1, 4.8.2, 4.8.3. Xenothreat's happening in 4.8.3, which I am curious about, since we are testing it in PTU now. Oh, I guess also no FPS radar and scanning like I was hoping. But, okay, that guy's totally hitting me through cover. Oh my god. Oh, also, one thing that I don't think I heard... I don't know, I don't think I heard them say anything in the Star Citizen Live. Apparently they did, but... there's like a teleport to party thing happening. I mean, I understand it, and honestly, it's unfortunate because I think what they should do is have a travel system where you can go to a travel kiosk and say, hey, I'm at Bikini Point, I want to go to, you know, wherever. I want to go here to, you know, Port Tressler or ArcL4 or whatever. And you just fast travel there. Maybe there would have to be a loading screen. There would absolutely have to be a loading screen. There's no way you're not doing that. And if it was like a diegetic, oh, you have to go on, you have to board the flight, you have to deal with the child kicking your seat behind you. Nobody wants that. And it's literally just we want you to be able to play the game with people. I don't know why I'm hearing voices. I murdered everyone here.
Dead one here. Everyone watch out. Oh, shit. Go, I got your back.
Okay, well, I can't pick that up. Cool, that's fine. We're gonna go, because it seems like enemy spawns are very fast. Yeah, player, like, having a fast, like, a travel to party leader, man, yeah, no, that's, I wish it was a little bit more diegetic. I wish there was a money sink associated with it, where it's like, yeah, if you want to travel this insane distance, then there's a cost associated with it. And of course, like, traveling there by yourself, or, like, traveling there on your own might genuinely be cheaper and easier, but it's going to be, you know, time consuming, and that's just like, yeah. It shouldn't be unaffordable. I mean, maybe if you're literally going from opposite ends of the verse, okay, I think I could understand that being like prohibitively expensive. But like, you know, should you be able to go from Terra to Castra? Yes. Should you be able to go from, I mean, also Terra to Pyro? Yes, I think so. It's just gonna, you know, be a thing where it's like, yeah, because genuinely that's gonna just make it easier for people to play together, and that is literally the best thing they can do. Is make it easier, because, like, man, I mean, it's the difference between being, I mean, it's part of the thing that's like, my friend is like, oh, all I play is Overwatch because it's very easy to get into. And it's like, man, if Star Citizen was as easy as, you know, to get into a mission, then that would be amazing. And I mean, there's so many things to that. The municipal work thing. I mean, the municipal work thing, frankly, the idea that, oh, we're just going to give it to this one place. They haven't said, because I don't think they've ever treated it as, oh, we're going to add dungeons to landing zones. It's, no, we're going to give this one dungeon to this one landing zone, which is terrible. What? No, please don't do that. Every area, every landing zone should have its own, like, little dungeon thing that's, like, really, like, hey, you go here, you know, it's an instanced thing, you can go here, you can have some quick, you know, you can have some quick fun, you know, play the game real quick, like, oh, I only have an hour, I only have time to, you know, go from, you know, to do one mission, and, like, you know, maybe I can do 2 missions if I don't have to fly to an area, you know? That would definitely be nice. Would definitely help with things, and help get people into the game more. Or more people into the game, anyway. So at the end of the day, I don't mind the teleport to party thing, just I wish it was a little bit more diegetic and had a money sink. And money sinks, goddammit, are going to be fucking important. Like, yeah. And I mean, they're going to... they're going to have to balance things with the economy as well. I would be extremely surprised if, like, the insurance stuff, wear and tear stuff, when all of those get in, they're going to, like, I would hope that they're harsher than they end up being, and they become easier over time. Where it's like, yeah, you know, like, nobody wants it to be a chore to play the game. It's just going to be, you know, you have to, you know, keep these things in mind. And it should theoretically help with, you know, keeping inflation at bay, although it will probably happen anyway. Trying to think, is there anything else? Oh, one of the economy things also, like, I fucking hate the idea that, like, this crossbow thing you're not going to be able to buy. I think the flight suits, it's really funny to me also, because, like, the Mirai flight suit, they specifically said at the Starware thing at CitizenCon that, like, hey, like, some of these suits you were not going to be able to buy in stores, or all of the stuff we showed you're not going to be able to buy in stores, not buy in the website. You're going to have to earn them in game. The flight suits, I guess, I guess I'm okay with the flight suits. Although, you know, we still have yet to see how effective it is, right? Like, maybe the Mirai suits are, you know, they are flight suits, they do have the G-force reduction, but they're not the best. Of course, they literally said that the Mirai suit was going to be the best. Which, I mean, I don't care if they really, like... I don't really care if they went back on their word in regard to, like, oh, this one particular suit is not actually the best. But you do have to recognize that I bought a Mirai flight suit with real money. They said that wasn't going to be a thing you could do. And it, you know, like, I mean, I guess it's whatever, but why can't I just buy one in game at that point, you know? You know, actually, I guess that isn't an angle I thought. Like, I have Geist Armor. I have Geist Armor on my account. I'm never not going to have Geist Armor unless I get rid of it, which I'm not going to. At that point, why can I not just buy Geist Armor? You know? And I mean, sure, in the future with player crafting, you'll be able to buy it, but, you know, player crafted stuff is gonna be one thing, right? As opposed to NPC shops. So that'll be a whole thing. Yeah, I don't have much else to say, I don't think. I stream on Twitch. Star Citizen on Twitch at Sundays and Wednesdays. At 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/Railu. That's RAILU with an underscore at the end. I love it when Star Citizen feels like it's not going to handle exiting to menu or closing the game. That's also fun. But yeah, till next time, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.